Alright, this is Heidi. She's my knucklehead. Yeah, you ready to go? You ready to party? And that is Halo. She's also ready to party, but at a much lower level. Alright, so take your leashes off. We're at a public area, we're at a pier here in Jacksonville, Florida. And I love coming when there's nobody around and letting these two animals lose their mind. And they'll go whatever way they're gonna go, and they'll come back eventually. Halo loves the water. She'll find her way over there and start swimming at some point. Heidi's more of a daddy's girl. She'll follow me and then keep looking back to make sure that I'm still there. Now they both have Demodex, so if you're wondering about the fur condition, that's what that is. Got their medication, so they'll be doing better here soon. Now Heidi is my pet mix, and everybody's afraid of her, but I can tell you this. I mean, this dog might jump on you, but that's because she's just too excited to have you standing there. A friend of mine had her just show up at his door one day. And he calls me and he's like, hey, this dog is either going home with you today or going to the pound. So I went down to his house and took one look at her. I took a picture. I sent it to everybody. And I'm like, yep, got my first dog. So Heidi was my first. She's also younger. She's almost going to be 2. Now Halo is has less fur, but it's technically longer. And she's my free runner. She's my athlete. She's also smarter, I think. But she is almost 3, is what the vets tell me. Now, nobody can tell me or have any idea what breed she could possibly come from. Now I was driving to school one day. I'm going to school for engineering, mechanical engineering. I was going to school, and this dog is just running circles in the road. It's got a collar but no tag, and the first thing I think is, oh great, somebody dumped her. And that's the only thing I could surmise. And it looked like she'd been an outdoor dog, like they just left her out there. She had an all over skin infection, Demodex of course, and she was looking a mess. And she's a little bit less of a mess now. I've had them both for about 6 months. The Demodex keeps coming back. I've tried a 2-week treatment and I did a month for Heidi, so we're gonna see if that helps. And the problem with Demodex is they gotta take ivermectin, and ivermectin doubles as a heartworm medication. But because it's a heartworm medication, you can't let them have Trifexis, which I heard is the best for fleas. So the best I could do is the rub-on stuff. And that doesn't help here in Florida because there's fleas 100% of the time. In pretty much every yard, there's going to be fleas. Now they're in the house, so I got to spray the house. Go find Halo. Where's Halo at? I like to let them come out here and run around like they're, have a good time. Ain't nobody here. They ain't gonna mess with nobody. Nobody can be scared of them. I mean, it is obviously kind of illegal. I mean, I could take them on walks, but then, which I do. But it's just, they want to go sniff something, they want to go do something, and they can't. And for their own safety, I keep them on leashes. Oh, what did you find? Are you finding chicken bones again? Come on, over here, come on. Now, because of the way Heidi was kept before I got her, which I can't, I don't even know what they did. But from what it seems to me, see, she's freaking out, she don't know where I am, is they just kept her inside and they never let her out. And I'm fairly certain they were going to try to use her as a bait dog, and she got away. But she was almost a year when I got her. But she has this very clinginess to her. She will not let me out of her sight if I'm at home. She's got to be in the room with me. She's getting a lot better at it. It's also good when I do let her off the leash, because I know that she's going to be right back at me in about 10 seconds. Now Halo, she's the explorer. As you can see, she's eyeballing down there. And the reason she's eyeballing down there is because this is the swimmingest dog I've ever seen. She will jump in the toxic waste that is the St. Johns River here in Jacksonville, Florida, and she will swim for 30 to 40 minutes at a time. If I don't call her back with some reward treat or something, or I'm leaving, she ain't coming back. I'm telling you that right now. She will swim until she can't swim anymore. Heidi. She's very concerned that I'm up here and she's down there, and she's trying to put together, how do I get up there? She's also enjoying the wonderful garbage that is washed up. Now there goes Halo. And Heidi tries to follow, but Heidi, she freaks out when she gets water in her ears. And she'll go out for a little bit and then come right back. As soon as water hits her, she doesn't want to play anymore. But Halo, this will be her for the next 20 to 30 minutes. I kind of don't even need to worry about her anymore. All I need to do is look in the water and I'll find her. And then Heidi will comb the beach for treasures like a dead fish, some kind of squirrel maybe. She's always chasing birds. If she can get out there to get a bird, she will. I wouldn't drink that if I were you. Every time she perks up, she kind of looks like a hunting dog to me. I mean, I've seen her walk right past us like a raccoon. Doesn't even know it's there. So she's definitely not a hunting dog, but she has this just point and square up. It's very weird. Heidi wants to play, but she refuses to have to swim. Halo is also my resident bug catcher. You'll see her like snapping in the air. She's chasing bugs. What are you doing? You gonna swim for a little bit? You gonna show off? That was enough? That was enough for you? That little bit? It's really weird. Like, I mean, I see they're out there now, but most dogs that I've noticed, when they see a big field like this, that's where you'll find them, running around sniffing, looking for the scent of another dog or another animal. My dogs go straight to the water first. Now, Halo will explore. She don't need me at all. Now I'm in the process, you know, I teach them tricks. Come, sit, lay down, up, get off the couch, all the good stuff. But I want to be a little bit more dynamic, so I'm gonna try something. Maybe it'll work. But every time I take them out and they're off leash, what I want to do is, geez, she's going. But what I want to do is just non-stop practice, bring out a bunch of little reward treats, and have them come to me, go play, come to me, go play, sit. So that way the commands are kind of second nature when we go out. So if the need ever arises, I can get them to come to me without having to beg. They were generally pretty good at it. Heidi is just a knucklehead. She'll listen sometimes, sometimes she won't. Doesn't matter if I have a treat or not. I don't know if it's her age or just when she was a puppy. You know, how she was raised for the first year. I'm glad I got her though. Uh-oh. Maybe she's got a bird. She thinks she saw a squirrel tail. So close. Alright, let's see if we can bring him in. But that's my morning. Taking the dogs out. Here in Florida, it's a little bit too hot to go out at this time in midday. They're usually wiped clean in about 20 or 30 minutes, and and then I don't have to worry about them for a few hours as they sleep it off. You gonna come up here? Come on. No, she's a big girl. She don't need me.